what about the law of God and the law of Moses? The Bible indicates that there is more than one set of laws, and in this verse we see two of them referred to. In 2 Kings chapter 21 and verse 8, "Neither will I make the feet of Israel move any more out of the land which I gave their fathers, only if they will observe to do according to all that I have commanded them, and according to all the law that my servant Moses commanded them." Two different laws are being referenced here. God's law is the 10 Commandments, like what we're looking at up here. "And he gave them unto Moses when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God." I want you to pay attention, close attention to the differences between Moses' law and God's law here. This is the first point. God's law is written with God's finger in what? Tables of stone. Right. And by the way, if somebody says, "Oh, I'd like to change this contract or do this, but it's written in stone," what does that mean? You can't change it. You can't change it. Can you take an eraser and erase something out of an engraved stone? No, the only way you do it is you maybe chip it and then you'll break the whole thing, right? The whole thing could fall to pieces. Okay, let's take a look at another one. This is in Deuteronomy 10, verses 1 and 2 and 4 and 5. "At that time the Lord said unto me, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like unto the first." Moses came down on the mountain and saw that there was a party going on. His friend thought it was a war. But Moses said, "No, it's not a war. It's a sound of revelry that I hear. Feasting and carousing." And God said, and so Moses got upset. He threw the tables on the ground. And God said, "Come back up here. Hew thee 2 tables of stone. I'm going to make you another set. Come up to me into the mount and make thee an ark of wood. And I'll write on the tables the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest. And thou shalt put them in the ark." Notice where they're being placed. Inside the ark. "And he wrote on the tables according to the first writing the 10 commandments which the Lord spake unto you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And the Lord gave them unto me. And I turned myself and came down from the mount and put the tables in the ark which I had made. And there they be as the Lord commanded me." So these tables, they're made out of stone. They're placed in the ark. They are written with the finger of God. They had God's commandments, the ones that he spoke on Mount Sinai. And those are the 10 Commandments. But now there is another set of laws here. It's called Moses' Law and the book of the law. Deuteronomy 31, verses 24 to 26. "And it came to pass when Moses had made an end of writing the words of this law in a book until they were finished, that Moses commanded the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, saying, Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, there it may be there for a witness against thee." Keep these things in mind. Moses' law, they were written in a what? In a book, as opposed to tables of stone. They were placed in the ark, in the side of the ark. That's right. And what were they there for? A witness against them. So it's different than the 10 Commandments. Additionally, in 2 Chronicles 33, verse 8, we find this: neither will I any more remove the foot of Israel from out of the land which I have appointed for your fathers, so that they will take heed to do all that I have commanded them, according to the whole law and the statutes and the ordinances by the hand of Moses. So this Moses' law was written by Moses' hand, not God's finger, and they were also ordinances that contained ordinances. So now we have some ideas of the differences to these two laws. So the question is, which law was nailed to the cross in Colossians 2:14? God's law or Moses' law? Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Which law is this talking about? God's law or Moses' law? Which law was written by handwriting? Moses' law. Which one contained ordinances? Moses' law. Which one was written as a witness against them? Moses' law. Friends, could you take some big stone thing and drive a nail through it and get it into the cross? Not very easily. It'd probably shatter to pieces. But could you do that with a book? You could do that with a book. Friends, why did Paul use this verbiage to explain this situation? Well, when Jesus died, the veil of the temple was ripped in twain from top to the bottom, signifying that the ceremonial system, the sacrificial system, was finished, and that the ceremonial law of Moses was abolished, because the great sacrifice, Jesus, had come.